how's it going, everybody? Welcome to another great Ace Attorney stream. How's everybody doing? Who's ready for the final case of the first game? Just to make sure, can I get an audio check once again? Is the audio sounding fine to everybody? Yes or no? Do let me know. But man, whew, all right. So after, you know, a week of work and so I got my first day off in a while, so things are like slowly getting into normalcy for me. But Pixel Dog, thank you for the resub. I really appreciate it. 31 months though. You sure you're not getting tired of me? By the way, chat, I just want to announce a little something for the YouTube channel. I am making videos once again, so there will be a new video coming out tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to make more videos coming out right after. So videos will be returning soon, but tomorrow's video is something special. I'll just give you a hint. It deals with something shiny and something that you catch, and for some reason everybody's a marketable plushie in that game, so whatever that could be, you'll find out in tomorrow's video. All right, let's continue with the last case, the adventure of the unspeakable story in the great Ace Attorney, shall we? Let's do it. Who is ready? Because I hope I'm ready. I hope everybody's ready. The Hound of the Baskervilles. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Aw.
It's coming.
I wanted to read the whole thing.
Pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited breathlessly in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us.
Oh no, Hound.
A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames.
Hot.
Its rumbling pant and
Hey, Sidetrix, how you doing?
So terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear.
No need to worry.
Look well, Wilson.
I'm even more worried now. Hey, Chain Chomp, how you doing?
For this,
I hope everything's been alright with school.
Hound of the Baskervilles.
That is a big dog indeed. I mistakenly thought it was a horse, but yeah, it could be my favorite type of horse. Dog horse. Horse dog. So, our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience, we were first thrown into the day we arrived in the country, and it's Oseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind. We had emerged victorious. This episode is based off a famous novel in Sherlock Holmes. School's been good. That's good to hear. I've heard that you've been trying to get back into your videos and streams, and then you got PAX East coming up. If you want to know, I'll be there. But I know that's nothing special though. I go to PAX East every year. Then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court, which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. Pixels by Night has been cancelled. Nothing wrong with that right there. Naruhodo's legal consultani. I think that's how you pronounce it. That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone... You love this game? This game has been great so far, but I've heard the second game is amazing. Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san? Yes. Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see, what case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? The second game is your favorite Ace Attorney game ever. Man, you really love it. You really love this series, don't ya? I mean, if only they continued it, right? If there was a third one, maybe a fourth one. But does the game end up nicely in the second one? Or do you think there should be a third game? Oh no, of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. The greater Ace Attorney. So wait, are you telling me that the regular Ace Attorney is the cool Ace Attorney, and Great Ace Attorney is the cooler Ace Attorney? Is that what you're trying to tell me, chat? Let me see, what case is it today? Here we go again. Oh, I guess we'll just talk for a bit. So the telegram, what was that all about? So what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. Now the Psycho Locks appear. Where's the Psycho Locks? Alright, Chain Chomp, thanks for coming by. Sorry, but you're not going to get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It was just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times now that she's tried to and failed to convince me it was nothing. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. Now, Soseki-san. I suppose Soseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes. I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already. Or just be a few days away. A fortnight? By the way, speaking of Fortnite, does anybody want to get the Naruto characters in Fortnite now? Because we got Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and the big guy, Kakashi. That's who it is. A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him, don't you remember? Complaining of seasickness. But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering, what might have become of Soseki-san had he stayed in London, that's all? You mean as regards Lord Van Zeeks, the Reaper? Yes, I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into significance in that case. The Reaper. I mean, as much as Lord Van Zeeks is called the Reaper, he really wasn't that challenging this game, was he, right? We got a #1 victory royale, yeah, for now we about to get down, talking to the boy right now, just wiped out Tomato Town. My friend just got down, I revived him, now we're heading southbound, now we're in the Pleasant Park streets, look at the map, go to the mark sheets. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that. What is it that they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Oh, my hair is growing so long it's getting in my eyes. Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Got a nice little bonfire. Ah! Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Soseki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means that the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps? Even if that is the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zeeks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. He really misses you, Naruhodo-san. Lord Van Zeeks just really missed his boyfriend, Naruhodo-san. His crush, I mean. Oh? Yeah, since Soseki-san's trial, he's withdrawn from judicial services again, it seems. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So it's just been me who's had to face him in this recent spate of trials then. Isn't Naruhodo still like a teenager though? Hold on. I gotta re-edit my fanfiction real quick. Let's see. Cross that out. They didn't hold hands. They didn't smooch. That no. Great. I just gotta rip up my whole thing. Then I'm sorry. I gotta rip up my whole fanfiction. Thanks, Stevie. Now that you mentioned that Naruto was a teenager, that whole fanfiction is garbage. It's illegal, actually. What the heck? Just my luck. Did I just get followed by Sloth Squadron? I just got followed by another sloth check. What are the chances, am I right? A sloth following another sloth. Crazy, ain't it? I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry, what was that? Sloth gang, let's go! Hey, Sloth, what brings you to the stream tonight? I hope you're doing alright. Oh, nothing, never mind. I guess we're good to go. Oh wait, before we move on, chat, I must present my armband. As it is customary in every Ace Attorney game. It means a great deal to me, you know, that you cherish this armband so and wear it each time you appear in court. Well, it's very important to me. It's what shows that I'm a lawyer, and whenever I wear it, I feel as though it gives me strength. Drew Kazuma. You've been following me on Twitter because of the sloth character and hadn't realized you hadn't followed me on Twitch. Wait, are you the... what's your Twitter name? Because I don't think I have a Sloth Squadron on my Twitter follows. Would you mind reminding me, Mr. Squadron? I absolutely can't be without it, especially when I'm in a critical point in the trial. Oh, gotcha. It's good to have you here. Can't believe it took you this long after how long? How dare you use your precious time to do other things than follow me? But just the other day, I noticed you were wearing it when we went to visit that park. Sometimes I forget to take it off. You see, I got the spirit of Kazuma in an armband. And now, let's go for breakfast. Do I get a choice in breakfast between egg, and muffin? Egg, Mick, and muffin? So, Chad, what's your favorite part of the Egg McMuffin from McDonald's? The egg, the Mick, or the muffin? Do you like the Mick part? Because that is weird if you like the Mick part. Morning, Runo. Morning, Susie. What the... Is that Sholmes trying to play the violin? Good morning, Iris. Iris? What is it, Runo? What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled. Ah, yes, you noticed a banger? Oh man, I slapped to that. You noticed that, didn't you? He's not even moving it. He's not even moving it. He's cheating. This is me playing. I hope you're enjoying it. I wish I could play instruments without moving. Hurley isn't in the best form this morning, it seems. Wait, I heard the part of his theme. He just actually played that part. That is his theme. Oh. Hello. He is so slumped over. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, goodness. Good morning. Oh. Good morning to die, perhaps. What happened to my Sholmes? This is not my Sholmes. What happened to him? Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. My analytic mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. Mom, Sholmes is going through his emo phase again. Dang this blanched existence. That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble. Cat? He's having a meltdown, but wait, look, cat! Kitty cat! With bow tie! It's Wagahai. That we know the cat, it's Wagahai? Good morning, boy. Aww. Mia. Why does this cat talk fancy? If you want to know how a fancy cat talks like, there you go. Meow. With a W in there. No, wait, with an M-E. Instead of an E, it's an I-A? Meow. That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. Like, a cat door. But how did it get there? Meow. Well done, everyone. Time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. It would indeed be a fine day to die. Isn't that a James Bond movie? A fine time to die or something? I knew something looked I knew something looked different. Something's missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk. Oh wait, isn't it that big thing he keeps on his desk, like a big thing that he keeps there? Did he just throw it out? Was he going through his phase that much that he just gave up on it? Like, I guess. Oh, that must hurt the neck. By the way, Mr. Sholmes, can you look at my armband? Mr. Sholmes, could I ask you for your opinion about this? You lure me to raise my languid head with the promise of some mental exaltation. Yet in my morbid depression, I am confronted with the most mundane of problems. Oh. My mind finds greater stimulation in the unforgiving monotony of the floor than in your miserable offering. He said he doesn't care about my armband. Always glad to help. Oh, my head weighs heavy on my shoulders. You should probably lay down, buddy. If your head's that heavy. Like, you need a little nappy nap. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its melatonin tones would make flowers bloom. It would? But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours I have bowed, for days even, through the night I have endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tone is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever, no more recitals of unbridled emotion. Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley? Don't worry, I'm sure I'll come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man. The next day unmercifully withdraw it. Oh, dear. Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left for pity's sake? What is left? He just went back down. My neck hurts looking at him, chap. My neck hurts a lot just looking at him. Please, do not bend your neck like that. You will end up with a hunchback. Please, chap, please. Deduction perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? The mishing machine. Machine. Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but... Your desk looks rather empty today. Well done, Miss Usato. Your observational skills do you credit. Oh, no, Mr. Sholmes. They pale into insignificance when compared to yours. Oh. Instructions in clear became a pool noodle? Now you'll be fun at parties. You struggle not to notice, wouldn't you? You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? That's at Windy Banks now. Sorry, it's at a Windy Bank? A bank for wind. I would like to withdraw my wind. Here you go. No, Windy Banks, the pawnbrokery. The pawnbrokery? Is Hurley in debt? Pawn? What? You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours? It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly. But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Aw, no. This is getting really sad now. What happened to the funny haha? Now it's saddy sad sad. Dear madam, things are far from desperate. But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. Oh, what's to understand exactly? Oh, he had to move a little bit before, you know, we moved to talk about the machine, then he moved back over here just to be sad more. What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Banks? What's a bank? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week. And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned. I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Ah, everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London. And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windy Banks, you see. A pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain? Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley? My neck hurts. What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. Okay. How do I help you out with that? Have we asked everything we need to? Oh yeah, we can talk to Iris. Wagaha, the cat. Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then. Oh yes, and I've become very attached to little Waggy. It would appear his previous owner is completely forgotten to him. Why is depressed Sholmes so sad? Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their muse are as empty as the hearts of the muses. Ah! 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 Oops. If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place. I expect he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable. Ah! Yes, he really is. Oh yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from? Hold on, chat. I'm gonna do a little quick edit. We're doing some video editing live. Let's see. How do I edit? Gonna trim it. Do 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 do. That's not okay. Dang it! I was hoping. So that and there. It stinks that we can only do 3 seconds. I want to do just the meowing perfectly, but you know what? I'll keep it like that. I'll keep it with that because this is so cute. Perfect. Now we can get back to the game. Oh, you noticed? You are observant, Bruno. Look, I used this. It's my latest invention. What is that? I call it the cat flappomat. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? It can make anything a cat door. It can make my stomach a cat door. That's right, it can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what's it made of. It's very powerful, you see. So you're telling me we can go... let's say if a cat wants to go inside a bank vault. Can it make a cat door just for the, just to get a cat in there, just to get in the bank vault, not to steal anything or anything. It's just for a cat just to get in there because the cat likes vaults. Wouldn't that have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap? Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. In the toilet flap. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Cat flap in the couch. Couch flap. By the way, chat, audio check all good? Just making sure. Oh, big meow. Oh, what was that? Wagga high? What just happened? What was that? Oh no! Wagga high's tangled up in your violin! The cat's actually strangled by the violin. I think he thinks it's a toy. No, what's he doing to it? Oh dear, Mr. Sholmes' precious violin. Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now. I don't like this at all. This case is horrible from the start because man is sad. Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he? Hoi hoi, blazing eyes, how you do? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I, Hurley? Out of the cat's reach if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. He's just there. Just look at him, he's just there. Is the violin around here? Oh, there it is. So this is the violin, is it? I love how he just moves over, just to move over and then, or does he... So how does Sholmes moves when he's depressed? Does he just walk up like this and then fall down? Or he walks while down like this? It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier, Antonio Stradivari. Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. I happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. Shillings? How honorable of you. And until today, it has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there reason to live in a world devoid of music to tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none! Mr. Sholmes, What, dear madam, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine. Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think? What do you mean, Miss Usato? Oh, Susie's right! Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different. Did somebody snatch his violin? That line doesn't hit as hard as the fan translation of "I was just in the middle of considering whether I should die or not." Jeez, that's dark. I was considering whether I should die or not. Sholmes, no! And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before. Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? What's this? Somebody robbed this violin. I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Then what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called the viola. What? 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 What the heck? Has he felt like that before? The violin is sus. The violin is sus. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you alright? You're right. You're quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So, pray, what is this piece of stringed flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then? Ah, I see what must have happened. You do, Iris? This is just a simple... Ah! This is just a simple mix-up. Hey, fandom Alex, welcome to the stream. It sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what happened if we asked her. So the violin is sus, chat. The violin is sus, just to let you know. Somebody must have swapped this little violin and with a viola. What did you mean by a mix-up, Iris? Well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Wendyback's until last week. At the pawnbrokers? Now Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner? There is a proverb from the East with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. Yes, indeed. So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth? Oh, what a wonderful idea. What a horrible idea. Last week, I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Windyback mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. For sure, a fine state of affairs this is, and why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time. They played him like a fiddle. But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbroker as an extremely secure vault. Got him there. Come, Mr. Naruhodo, dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry? Oh, no wonder in Tomodachi Life, you could just send your grown-up child to travel the world endlessly. I wonder how all the children in my games are doing. I haven't seen them in years. I hope they're doing alright. Okay, that was a bad drink. Crunching your toast with that vegan aspect. Pressing your coffee so obtusely. Yeah, I'm good. I was trying to slurp the drink enough so you hear like the slurping, like the slurping sound, but then a little too much air or whatever got in my throat, and it's like, ah. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced? We must visit Mr. Windyback's broker at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes? Precisely, Mr. Sato. Without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. So, chat, what's your favorite part of the bacon and eggs? The bacon, or the eggs? What is your favorite part? My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to fresh your egg ever more obtusely. Alright, say no more. Let's go then. Don't worry, Bruno. I'll be happy to heat it up for you again later. The end. I'm glad everybody chose the right answer. The and. Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbrokers look like. All right, so the Windy Banks. How fascinating. Let's go check it out. Can I pawn my Switch there and then take out something else? I want to pawn my Switch and then I get somebody else's Switch, and then next week I'll give them back that Switch and then take somebody else's Switch, then bring that Switch, and you know what I mean. Just keep swapping Switches for people who leave Switches at Windy Banks. I'll just end up with someone else's Switch every time. So this is a British pawnbrokery. Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before. Ah, Susato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can ya? I get the impression you enjoy places like this. Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me. Oh look, the nuclear codes! My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. He got dressed up for this. We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. And clearly Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes. Oh. Ah, Mr. Sholmes, sir, welcome back. Did you hear that, Brazen welcome? Well, yes, we are potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Windybank of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot. Hey, by the way, you want to see my armband? Mr. Windybank, about this. Let me see. I'll give you tuppence for it. No, I don't want to pawn it. He was about to buy it. Let's go check some stuff out. What are you doing, my dear fellows? We're not here to browse for interesting curios. We have come to teach this broker a lesson. Oh, but there are just so many fascinating items. It looks as though we'll have to talk to Mr. Windybank first before we can explore in here, Mususato. Aw, we can't even check anything out. Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes. This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windybank. The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it. It's not even the same size. A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgiving of me. An excusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Where'd he go? A gun? Did he just pull a gun? Excuse me? Please don't take your own life, sir. He just pulled out a gun and just ran to us with a gun. Mr. Sholmes, I'm with you right there. I don't think that will be necessary, do you? If I may just say one thing before I pop off. Wait, there's two ways to popping off. You either shoot yourself or you pop off by saying, yeah, let's go. Like, pop off that way, but not the other way. Yes? It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe. Sorry? As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard, here it is. You did? And when I turned to controvert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me. Grouse? No, no, no! Stop, my dear fellow. That fault is mine. He's like on the floor like, no, 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 stop! He's like that the whole time. Oh, wait. If you want to fall like Sholmes, follow me. Ah! The The fault is all mine. Can I put the gun down now? Please put the gun down, thank you. Phew. Everything's fine now. It would appear that the fight is over. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windybank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. You want to see an anime adaptation of this series? But before that, we gotta see Apollo Justice and the DS games be translated into anime first. That's if they are doing that. They did do Trials and Tribulations like a long while after Justice for All, so there is a chance it may continue to Apollo Justice, so we'll see Hobo Phoenix animated. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Herlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition now, would you? I do believe you may be right, sir. It's either laugh or cry, I suppose. I want to cry. Let's cry. You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I need to remind you of the peculiar collection of items you brought through my door in the past. Oh, peculiar items? In the extreme, for example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Herlock Sholmes or some such. Oh my, a new full-fledged novel? An unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean? Forgive me! Wait, before you die, you must tell me more. Before you die, please tell us. Susato sounds like I'm not gonna stop you, just tell me, just kill yourself after. I must know more and tell me everything. Wow, Susato-san is really fired up now. Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof? Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see. I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Windybank. For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir, not a farthing more. It houses something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Herlock Sholmes. I beg your pardon, a manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here. He just opens it up, it's like, this is nothing but fan fiction. And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this? I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely. Of course, sir, of course. They're safe and sound with me, I assure you. On my life, bang. This is all very strange. Very. I wonder, could I ask you something? Ah, gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. Sorry? Aha, but for your splendid attire, man, 5 guineas, no less. The colors are exquisite, the design exotic, Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say. Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? How interesting. Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you more about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure stowage. If in that time they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned. But what happens if they don't pay you the money? Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me. So you never sell items before the 2 months have passed then? That's right, ma'am, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibilities rest on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, The only recompense is for me to end it all. Oh. The very idea, Mr. Windybank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually. Says the man who was telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning. True. And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs. Oh, what sort of measures? I engineered a simple device which Mr. Windybank has installed here in this shop. I call it the red-handed recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Windybank? What was that deep sigh about? The red-handed the Red Dead Redemption recorder. What on earth is a red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are two just below the ceiling. Oh, I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Very astute. It is indeed a camera furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes... Oh wait, by the way, chat. It's April 15th? Happy April 15th, everybody. It's almost 2 weeks after my birthday in the Sherlock's homeworld. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here, I have an example I can show you. Let's see this beautiful photo. Oh no, this case is going to involve photos, isn't it? We're gonna see photos and photos and photos. Find the difference in this photo. Find the difference in this photo. By the way, chat. Dog. Do you see the picture of the good dog right there? I want to see that dog. That dog looks really realistic, isn't it? Ah, yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive, it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness. Really? That's extraordinary. Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it, look. So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity will be summarily exposed. But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals? Where does the light come from then? The camera itself, it shines like this very bright light on you, like so blinding if you look up at the camera when it flashes you, you will be blind. Permanently. Indeed, as you say, my dear madam. Then what if the incident were to occur in between times? One could only say that would be a cruel twist of fate. I must confess your devices have been giving me some cause of distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Windybank. Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You're most graciously placed not one, but 2 cameras in my shop after all, which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older. You see what you did, Sholmes? Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heaven help us. That's why my security is this webcam right here. It watches me all the time. Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Windybank. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you try to pop, Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer. I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not. Sorry. I've only loaded a single bullet so no one but myself could possibly be harmed. That's not really what I meant. Good day to you, then, Mr. Windybank. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes. Bang! So, Mr. Naruhodo, now we're gonna explore at last. I mean, it's really creepy It's really creepy going into the store where the owner literally has a gun placed to kill himself at any moment. What the heck? I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it. Look at this. What could this lovely big shiny box be? That, my dear madam, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country? Oh my, yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before. Shall we listen a while? Ah, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels. I've never heard anything like it before in my life. This particular specimen is of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There is a metal disc inside on which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played. My goodness, what a simply delightful machine. Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course. Science and technology advance at such an overwhelmingly pace. Well, that was nice to hear right there. Please don't let the pawnbroker like Persona 3 himself, please. There seems to be a little hidden door behind that curtain there. That leads to the storage room, where Mr. Windybank keeps articles that are currently in pawn. I see. There is nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly wouldn't recommend any larcenous activity. Recommend it or not, it's not something I tend to do. There is but one key and Mr. Windybank keeps it in his pocket at all times. Before he sleeps, he places it into a small pot, which he slides under his pillow. How does he know this? How on earth do you know about that, Mr. Sholmes? I watch you while you sleep, old man. Just to get my violin back, I'll do anything. I am a detective, sir. It's my business to know what others do not. I am frequently assailed by info that I neither care for nor wish to retain. Mr. Sholmes, you are a wonder. And the prime sus if this pawnbroker is ever burgled. Sholmes is sus. Herlock sus. Herlock Solmes. Sus Sholmes. Sus Solmes. Look, gun. Look at that enormous ledger on the counter there. Mr. Windybank, if nothing else, very particular about recording the items he accepts. He'd have to be, otherwise he'd get himself into all sorts of trouble. Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. This revolver here. Do not entertain even the single thought of pilfering an article herein, my dear fellow. I assure you, Mr. Windybank would not hesitate to draw that weapon with a speed belying his portly size. Oh, you don't mean he'd blow his brains out? Indeed. In recompense for his blunder. Why is this so dark? We got the pressing Sholmes and now somebody trying to blow their brains out if they make one mistake in their whole career. Oh my. But in any case, of course, we would never do such a thing. How could you even suggest it? Gun? Can I get gun? I want gun. I want to go gun. What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks, and watches. Almost anything you care to imagine. Those are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does that really mean, though? When you pawn or colloquially pop an item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale at a price of his choosing. Oh yes, now you've explained it. I'm noticing little price tags on everything. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. My treasured university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit. Now, what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does? It seems to have two little windows for looking through. Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you're looking at is a stereoscope. A fascinating. It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself. Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I have just a look. Just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today. Alright then, I'm going to try it. When it mean, oh, there she goes. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, you must see at once. Oh, alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed like I'm trying to look at my own nose. What are we gonna see? Ladies, what the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. 3D before the 3D. Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them. Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic? It is no magic, my dear madam. It is, well, far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day. Oh. Oh, I wanted to learn. I came here to learn, not to play. This calendar, it is April 15th. That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15 April, today's date. Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date. The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Windybank. And who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before? Well, when the agreed storage period has passed for repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say. Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. Oh, that was it. Just to check on the date. The date is... Look at this. Whatever could this be used for? I have no idea. Ah. There's a small catch just here. Look. We're going to open it, aren't we? Oh. That's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism, which we'll never manage to put back to the way it was before. What are you two doing? What? Us? Nothing. No, nothing at all. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though... Look a little cute. How is everyone? You know, just looking a little cute. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. What? Only what? Hold on. What? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair and you know it. The article is barely worth a penny, miss. Oh, the article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more. Oh, it was a miss, not a mister. What? Sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter. Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher's at it? I've seen all I need to see, young girl. Oh, it's her! The Grenada girl. Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her. Oh yes, it's the young lady from Mr. McGilda's trial 2 months ago. Oh, hold on. Top of the morning. Her name is Magina Lestrada, my lord. She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. Ah! It's Gina! Gordon Bennett, you lot! Oh no. Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. We're just trying to say hi to her. It's like, oh, I hope you've been doing well. What? You remember me then, do ya? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. So, what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Come to pop that black weasel? Sorry, go after ya? Why does everybody think I'm about to pawn my clothes? What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? Ah, good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ah, Mr. Sholmes! So you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article and I shall negotiate with Mr. Windybank on your behalf. Pull the other one, I don't need no L from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business, go on, I'll make trouble for ya. As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence. And he just disappears. I will make myself disappear. Goodbye. Literally like that. He's really done it. He's gone. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here. What is that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc? Wait, that's for the music box, isn't it? And you, go on, leave me alone. Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest. Susato-san can really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. Are you hearing a ghost? Would you have a look at, that's strange. Where's my armband gone? What's the problem? Something wrong? Don't suppose you're looking for this? Yes, but how? And when? And how again? I got a talent for Avenai diving. That's bordering on black magic. And it makes what I was about to say about my armband seem a little dull. So what you want to tell me about it then? Nothing. Nothing at all. Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person who used a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade. Yeah, well, I am, alright. I'm a Londoner just like everyone else. That's a problem, ain't it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got her on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy Chase. Your Chevy Chase? Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo. Alright then, I'm just gonna come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people? Well, I don't know how to best answer that really. Suppose sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade? But not this time, alright? I swear, that thing belongs to me. The disc that Mr. Windybank is holding? Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. Let's go check it out with that. It is a music disc, that I know for sure, chat. Oh, I thought there was no check mark next to the items I checked out, so was there something new to say? Either way, let's move on. By the way, chat, we just hit over an hour. I hope everybody's doing all right. I just want to let you know I do apologize for the mix-ups in the schedule. My work schedule is different every week. So, and also this weekend, I'm going to be visiting family. So that's why I'm only streaming twice, on tonight and on Sunday. So stick with me until, you know, I get a more fitting schedule. But right now, my schedule's different every week. So I'll try to stream as much as I can, chat. So hopefully it makes the streams a bit more special. Mr. Windybank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface. Ah, this is a music disc, you see, for use inside a music box. In a music box? Oh, you started watching Demon Slayer? Oh, you're in for a treat. From what I've heard, episode 19 is the best one of the whole season. And then you get to watch the movie. And then season 2. What, you don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh? I know what a music box is. I've just never seen one of these discs before. The small protrusions on a metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going and beautiful music plays. It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc? Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box you see. British made, German, Swiss, American. You beat the world ends with you using the game trial. So wait, you actually beat the world ends with you for Switch when it was on the free period. So you actually just beat a free game. That is amazing though. All right, Firebrand, thanks for coming by. I know I'm boring you. I'm boring everybody here. I'm boring. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. The music discs are region locked, unlike Switch games. I see. But what about my region-locked Nintendo Switch game of Pixels by Night? It's only region-locked to Japan. I can't even play it. And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny. That's a packet of lies. He told me it did. He said it was, well... He? Who? Never you mind, it just ain't right, that's all. That is worth good money, I know it is. By the way, chap, who here was surprised about the Animal Crossing, that I'm back in Animal Crossing? Woo me! But also tomorrow's video is gonna be very special too. Well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbrokers, won't you? Gina Lestrade. She's been in before, of course. This little Tatterdemolion? I see. And brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add. Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me. New Wario Cup? No, that's not tomorrow. That might be Friday, but tomorrow's video is... Here's a hint. Everybody's the size of a marketable plushie. You catch things, and it's a whole new journey. So, is there something dubious about the dish you brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple. Sorry, what do you mean? The only thing that sucks about the Switch not having region-locked games is that you can only collect the gold points if it's from your region. So if you're in America and get a European copy, no points for you. Well, stop buying stop buying European copies for your Switch. But yeah, fandom, thanks for reminding me about the new Wario Cup. That is out now. I gotta get started on that and get myself to the top. What she actually brought in was a storage ticket. Ah, storage ticket. So Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff worth needs stolen. You didn't? Your parents got you a European copy of Rune Factory 4? Well, those parents must be the worst parents in deciding where they get their games from, I guess. That's an odd thing though. But yes, chat, tomorrow's video is Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. So I'm gonna do the videos on that while I'm dealing with my Fire Red Nuzlocke first. And when I'm done with my Fire Red Nuzlocke, I will do the Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke. So right now, in the meantime, I'm just gonna make videos on it while I deal with the Nuzlocke, since I'm still doing the Fire Red Nuzlocke instead of doing 2 Nuzlocks in a row. I'd rather do one at a time. You sent me gifts in Animal Crossing. Did I open it? I don't remember if I opened it. I don't even know anymore. Am I supposed to say everything? Do you know how long it's been since I played Animal Crossing? I come back in there, had to clean up my whole island, received so many letters from Nintendo saying, hey, what's up? The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight, but as she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest. You thought it was Evo Creo, the mobile game that Game Freak stole? The flip is Evo Creo? Hey Siri, what is Evo Creo, the mobile game?
Okay, I found this on the web.
It actually popped up.
Check it out.
It actually got Evo Creo correctly. Evo Creo. Oh, it's one of the ripoffs. That's what it is. That's what Evo Creo is. That's funny. Oh yeah, chat, to those who don't know, I actually did a video on one of the Pokemon ripoff games. I forgot what it was, but I did do a video on a Pokemon ripoff game. I don't know what it's called, I forgot. I was obliged to return the article to her. But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windybank. Takes place in the world of Zenith. That is literally the Fire Emblem Heroes world. That's funny. The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. The scarf? Oh, the overcoat. Oh. Oh yeah, by the way, chat, has anyone heard about Halo Infinite? The multiplayer coming? Low battery? What do you mean low battery? Yeah, but the Halo Infinite multiplayer came out. I've been playing on my own time. It's been pretty fun. It's actually been very fun playing it. I would love to stream it, but I don't know if anybody would be interested in me streaming Halo Infinite multiplayer games. But let me get my charging cable real quick. Charging cable. Good thing I throw it on the floor every single time and then step on it and then bring scissors near it so it's like chopped up to pieces. What? What's wrong with it? It fits, does it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does. So what about the disc then? How does that come into all this? Ah, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree a price. New article to pawn. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say. For this heavy black coat, which you returned to her care, as I understood it. It's charging. See? It's charging. That's right, yes, and rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, you mean... What? Don't you know it's rude to stay at a lady? I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it? If you mean this, then yes, exactly, ma'am. And she immediately tried to pawn it for quite a high price as well. This is all rather sus, I think. Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me. It doesn't really appear to be your size. Me old man, it's me old man, ain't it? Pokemon Evolution, that's what it was. Thank you, CV. Oh my goodness, the one with the bad voice acting, right? Is the one with the bad voice acting. Hold on, let me try to find it. Pokemon Evolution. Oh. No, not Evolutio. This is why I don't like the freaking channel studio. Whenever I try to type something in, it's like, oh, do you mean this word with one less letter? No, Pokemon Evolution. Wait, what? Is it not that? Oh, here it is. Oh, it has the accent E, that's why. The bootleg app of Pokemon Evolution. Man, that was was that 2019 I did it? Yeah, that was 2019, wow. That's actually kind of funny. Is it Miss Lestrade? I'm the first one to pop up when he's Hey, I get to be the first one ever somebody searches up the bootleg game. Yay. Yes, this is definitely all rather sus. She's sus with that coat. Out of my way, please. Oh. Who the flip is this? This is a villain right here. This is villain status. Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? Wow. Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. What's your problem, eh? There is no problem as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve. Oh. He is staring right at my soul. It's really, really scary, Jet. I'm terrified. He is staring directly at the camera. Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line. Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket. Who are you? How do you know who I am? The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems. Oh, what? You mean from you? Broker. Oh, yes, sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes. The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Oh my. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say... Oh. Any music box this too. No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's, or it was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation. Yes, I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. This is getting very interesting. Ms. Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying... What you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before. Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now. No, I swear it. I swear to God. It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street minding my own business when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets. Yet again? Oh yes, as you can see, I am a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these back slum scoundrels. Now then, relinquish my overcoat. Come along now, Miss Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police. Hold on, what's everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy coat, and you think I'm the dodgy one? I'm sorry, but no one's gonna believe you. Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it. Oh, I have evidence, naturally. You what? Oh no. Gina's in trouble. Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to the gentleman? Of course, we need only consult Mr. Windybank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place. Yes, brilliant! Diamond! I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible. Oh! I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of my... What? That's a horrible policy. How do you not ask people for their names? Did someone say Brilliant Diamond? Oh my god. Dimongus? Nathan, why do you come in at these random moments whenever I bring up Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl? What the heck is wrong with you, you sus man? Thank you for the resub though, but you sus as heck. But why not? Ah! I died, happy? Well now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity. How do you pronounce it again? Anonymity? Anonymous? I forgot how to pronounce that word. Oh no. Am I having dementia already?
Anonymity. Anonymity.
Anonymity.
Anonymity.
Anonymity. What?
Anonymity.
I can't. What?
Anonymity.
Anonymity. Oh, anonymity. Oh my goodness. Wow. I did not. Anonymity. There we go. Anonymity. Yes. Anonymity? Well, actually, that helps as well. Thank you, Blazing Ice. But then how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it? Oh, it's quite simple. I'll tell you in song. Good sir, might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Of course, it's Professor. Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt. A watchword? Interesting. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Windybank, as I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep their activities secret. That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now. What? Wait, what? Oh, he's over. Hold on, is he holding something? He is holding a chocolate bar? Great detectives have no dark secrets, not at all. Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword. By the way, chat, just want to let you know, if it's possible for me with my schedule, December 9th, which is a Thursday, is the night of the Game Awards. So if you're ready for Game Awards and world premiere, then hopefully I'll be fried the night of December 9th for the Game Awards. So we can all see new game announcements and which game will win which award. And if someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article? That's right, sir, yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. And I have supplied you with the information you require already, but for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago on 15 February. With a watchword of Professor Layton. All perfectly correct info, sir. But ow! Really, this is beyond the joke now. There is no further room for doubt. So is Gina really telling the truth? He's just standing there. Menacingly! Picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you? One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry, yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown colored soup dressed up with exotic spices. You might be thinking of somewhere else. And what was that theatrical gesticulation about? Hey, Grassy. Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first before inquiring after the name of another. Oh, of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really. My name is Susato Mikotoba. I am Mr. Naruhodo's assistant. I see. My name is Benedict. Yes, Egbert Benedict. Egbert Benedict? Egbert Benedict. And isn't that a dish of some kind, like eggs Benedict? Is his name just based off Eggs Benedict? This guy is so posh. I know. I want to be him so bad. I want to be this guy so bad. Rich and looking so tight. Because look at that face right there. It's like he's got so much surgery on his face that it looks so... His skin looks perfect. His skin. I just start... Enchanté. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is sus. Now, to the matter at hand. What is with the animation with this guy? The animations in this game are just really weird, but I love it. My overcoat. Return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off. Every move he makes, every brave he takes. I can't stand watching him. He looks really weird with that overcoat. The white suits him better. So let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Egbert Benedict, sir. With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back. This is why I ate Grown-Ups, the movie. Just cause I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar. And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker. But of course, sir, here's the disc for you. Just this one? Pardon, sir? I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another. Another disc? Something's going on, chat. This guy ain't what it seems to be. Oh dear. Gun, where's the gun? Gun, shoot! I regret to inform you, sir, that was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. That this happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you? Seizu, eh? I don't know nothing about it. Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute. That disc is mine. Oh. What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. Oh my, yes, there's blood on the disc. It's because of those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his fingers on them. I found it first, all right. I mean, it belonged to me, old man. So you're not having it. Oh, you take it. Me? If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again, so you keep hold of it. Mr. Strahd, why is this so important to her? Now there's blood on it. That's disgusting. You dare, in the black livery. Hand that disc to me at once, please. No, don't. He's lying. Grown-ups are all liars. Oh, what do I do now? How am I going to resolve this? Oh. They just stand there. Can I just leave and never come back? Gonna talk to Gina first. Wait, do I actually have a choice? Wow, Mr. Strahd is really looking daggers at that mysterious gentleman. We need to do something to calm things down before she loses control and attacks him again. Is this a trial or an investigation? Because this is taking forever. We gotta find. I don't know what what is the trial about. We don't even know what's the beginning of the trial. Look at those piercing eyes. He's clearly in no mood to talk. We have to do something quickly before this mysterious gentleman leaves to fetch the police or something. But yeah, this is the there's just Mr. Sholmes looking. Mr. Sholmes, what are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. But yeah, this is the beginning of the case though. Like, we haven't done a trial yet. This is the beginning. So you found me at last, Mr. Naruto. You were there in broad daylight. We just didn't pay attention to you until now. Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. He was still hiding because of Lestrade. Oh my goodness. Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So, feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, the 7% solution of caramel. Wait. He has his own caramel bar brand? Hey Tristan, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. What's the tea today? He's got his own friggin' thing. This is so long that it's an hour into this shop. Have you been counting? Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruto? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely. Then... iced. Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know. Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. You really were sad, weren't you? Poor Mr. Sholmes, I feel simply awful for you. It would seem that my inferences are correct. Oh, surely you're not about to tell us. Oh, it's an hour since you entered the stream and we're still in the shop. Why do you hate the shop so much? It's the shop. Also remember, because of my new job, I can't really stream for that long. So if we reach to be continued, I'm pretty sure that's where the stream has to end for now. I will try to see if next week's schedule is more open so I can... So the thing is, if once my job schedule gets a little better, I'm gonna try to see if I can stream Great Ace Attorney twice a week. Would that work for everybody? I'll try to see if I can do that so I can focus on more games once my job schedule starts opening up a bit more. Because like I said, my job schedule changes up every week, but I'm gonna focus on Great Ace Attorney for a little while until we finish that game, and then maybe go on to 2. And then after 2 is done, I do a 5-hour crying stream because the 2 greatest games are over. From what I've heard, that they're great. You'd need to tell me that you saw the entire case once again? But of course, chat, remember, if you want updates on the schedule, it will be on the Twitch offline page. It will be on my Twitter and Discord, all right? But like I said, because of my new job, my schedule is different every week. I like my job, though. If you want good news, I like my new job, though. It's just that the schedule changes every week, and there are some days where I'm gone the whole day, and some days where I work like half the day, or even like a couple of hours. And those days, I can stream. We'll see. My dear madam, sometimes I wonder were my genius for deduction to be commoditized, how much could I pawn it for? But yeah, thank you for hearing me out, chat. Thank you. It seems Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration. But who knows if it will help to resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? We're gonna listen to it. If we leave him alone, he's just gonna be like, aw, okay, bye. Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament. Where the blue bazes have you been, eh? Pardon? When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away, oh! Oh! Literally that, I love that falling animation so much. Huh? harsh. And who, pray tell, are you? Does he not know the great Sholmes? Mr. Eggert Benedict, you have in my eyes a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. Alright, Tristan, see ya. I beg your pardon. The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this prom brokery today is something that you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation, one you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How? He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg. I get it! It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction. Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes, as I hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. Has he really figured it out? So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Herlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. The great deduction! The fight is afoot! Alright, the first topic is Mystery Man's Aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Oh, he's got that piece of paper. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. Oh wait. Chat, do you see the initials on here? It says AG. And he says his name is Egbert Benedict? Eggert Benedict? That's EB, not AG. He's lying. AG stands for Ace Gurney. The cane which you unwittingly clutch to your person exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What other rot? I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course... Wait. The missing for... Are you freaking serious? It's... The spotlight was on the initials and he's like... Stick missing ding. The end of any walking stick would be terminated without a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. Oh, and yet detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of the stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? Big brain time? By the way, chat, Big Brain Academy is coming out soon. Who wants to see me do equations for a stream? Should I get Big Brain Academy for a stream? And see me do math? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. From the moment I saw it, my susses were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. That is the broken handle of a shovel? What? Are you insane? Yes, but that doesn't matter. And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. To tunnel underneath the pawnbrokery. That's a very fancy shovel indeed, fandom. Great crime. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there is ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what will motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter, which your eyes are inadvertently drawn. You're pretty sure it's not the gun. You're sure it's not the freaking gun that's just placed on the table that has the gun! I love the zoom in so much. This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewerage works, beneath the shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank Beneath the shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway that flows in very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you? In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan? Oh. Ugh. Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lucrative scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. Help, Sholmes is too big brain. I think he plays a lot of Big Brain Academy. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. A postcard of the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway, and the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of that bank, the special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police info, so keep it under your hat, please. That is top secret. Don't tell it to anybody. Tell us everybody. Oops. I did it again. I said some important stuff. Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle. Love it. Love it so much. Mr. Sholmes. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, an impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness, would you not agree? Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault? Indeed, though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me in the strictest confidence. But you just announced it to everyone here, rather loudly in fact. Ah. And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There can be but one explanation for that. Clearly, it is because the man is a criminal. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you revealed the secret. Oh. Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windybank will. He already has plenty of shovels here after all. Oh my life, I assure you I'm not so unscrupulous. Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. Oh my goodness, I'm glad there's a second game, chat. I'm glad there's a second game so I can handle more Herlock Sholmes. This guy is a treasure. He just leaks the bank's secrets. Not clickbait. Oh goodness, I love this guy. One could never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo, an excellent idea. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to that great deduction again and see if we can massage it into shape. Ah yes, massaging deduction time. Let us start once more from the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular. Time to fix it up. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Now we're back. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery, not prawn brokery. I'm talking about pawning, not prawning, which is a freaking little tiny shrimp, a baby shrimp. Pawnbrokery. Yes, I would like to pawn off my shrimp. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. So by Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor. Yes, an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. By the way, chat, I'm Susato now. Yay. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is, where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? Let's see, what did bring him here? Oh! Wait! Where's that cute little drawing? Chat, do you see this cute little drawing? It's so cute!
Take that!
Oh. Well, that didn't work. I thought that was it right there. The fact that you handled the paper on which they are written with gloves only proved my theory. So you came here today with the intention of pawning it for as much as the broker would give you? That deduction was wanting in every way. I thought that was it. Oops. Oh my goodness. I found myself wanting never to have heard it. I'm quite pained by it, in fact. Oh, that was a trick right there. I still don't quite understand why this gentleman came to Mr. Windybanks today. He might look like a smartly dressed man about town, but perhaps he's destitute, really. I really think that's the only explanation. We must stop thinking along those lines, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, I suppose you're right. Well, in that case, perhaps there's something in his pawn shop that the man was looking for. The note will become important later. I'm understandable. So let's see. What brought him to the shop in the first place? But let me look at this letter though. Oh, look at all that scribble. Look at all the scribbled notes in the back of the flyer here. I don't believe it. What is it? Listen to what it says. Name Gina Lestrade. Height 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Goodness, there's even a sketch of her hat and all. Although if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure. That is sus as heck. The details of the shop has been written down here too. Windy Bank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street, redemption deadline fit, which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that info scrawled on the back of that piece of paper? Oh, then it's this. Yeah, the info. Stalker alert. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket Miss Lestrade and to Mr. Windybank's pawnbrokery here. You originally told us... Oh. Aw, that's cute. That you merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption shit. After she'd stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. It is the info on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean... Here to Windybank's pawnbrokery, and today, the redemption deadline of the overcoat. So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutched to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What other rot? I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule. What's a ferrule? It's the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, the bit that makes the nice clacking sound in the pavement? Yes, exactly, and Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane. But it doesn't actually look broken, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as sus. In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. His face. Hold on, I'm trying to get the camera working. There we go. Initialing. Look here, Mrs. Sato. There are some letters on the handle. Ah, yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their name. So Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean? That's right, for high school. And the initials on this cane, obviously. Oh. AG? Why does it feel as though that's not quite right? I just wanted to make sure. I know it was obvious, but like the last thing with the piece of paper, I would have been like, oh, right away, but I didn't press save, so I lost another life.
Take that!
The initialing. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing. A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Edgar Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet in a most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't... You said before that you had that cane for years. So don't try to tell us you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, so you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. Oh! Something ripped. Your recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this Roger Bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat, and now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Easy, look down and around. Oh. The split seam. Oh, that stinks when you wear something and it rips apart. That's happened to me before. Not because I took somebody's clothes, it's just that it ripped. Oh, the seam on the sorry about that. Oh, the seam on the shoulder there is coming apart, look. So it is. Do you know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said, I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. It sounded a bit like a tiny growl, but now I think it was probably the sound of the seam ripping open. If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. The sleeves are stretched to bursting and he wouldn't have a hope of fastening it at the front. If he were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart. That I want to see. Oh, no, Mr. Sato and I thought the same thing. Sorry? So how can we make Mr. Benedict run around? She's really giving this some thought. The split seam. The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Ugh. Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. My susses were aroused from the outset. When you so baldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. Ugh. This catalog of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Windybank. Go! But what really irks me is this. What, me blowing up? Was that it, Mr. Sholmes? Was that it? The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. To abscond with a redeemed item. That was some timing right there, fan. That was, oh, Citrix. That was some timing right there for Citrix. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, designed a wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pawnage. Pawnage, you just got pwned. Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place, how could I possibly have known the relevant details, n'est-ce pas? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword related to the pawn property of another. Well, hey Arthur, how you doing? I don't know why you've been dodging me all this time, but ooh. Hope you're doing alright though. Don't stay up too late though. The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think. Yes, no more talk of tunneling into the sewers, which is a pity because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman didn't know the watchword. Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Windybank would never allow you to redeem your article. You wasn't dodging, I'm just joking. Or looking at it another way, if you did know that word, Mr. Windybank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? What's this note late? Look at this, Mr. Sato. Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Windybank has scribbled to himself. Let's see, what does it say? Oh, Professor! So he just writes it down and people can see it? Are you joking? Are you serious? Mr. Windybank must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. And an alarmingly clear script as well. Wait, this is clear? In what world is this clear? That's a bunch of scribbles. I don't know how this man... To be honest, with the way this man works, I'm surprised he's still alive. What, you can't read that? To be honest, I kind of want to get a screenshot of this and then open up Paint, and then we can try to figure out what these words actually are. Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see? Because that sounds ridiculous, but here we go. The notelet. Gun. Doctors can read that. Yeah, but I'm not a doctor. Remember, I'm not a professional doctor. I am a professional live streamer assistant. Well, that is my job, basically. The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on a notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in this shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Windybank. When the diligent broker made a note of the watchword, as is his common practice, you observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger. Oh. So, you found a way to cure boredom? That's right, you write in script. You write professor in script over and over again. The right way to cure boredom. And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawn article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this ludrid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? There is definitely a better way to do this. We grab the gun and just shoot him? I mean, what? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seemed to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc that was in one of the pockets. Oh, to put the watchword in something privately? But then this case wouldn't make sense, fandom. To make it make sense, some characters gotta be idiots. Like me. I put my passwords in this book. All right, chat. All right. So I'm gonna show you my book of passwords, all right? And then I want you to know if you actually can see what the passwords are, right? All right. Can you tell what my passwords are? What are my passwords? I'm waiting. That's right, you can't tell my passwords. They're well written in script. Only doctors know my passwords. If you show that to a doctor, maybe the doctor will know. Hey doctor, I'm trying to figure out what Pixel's passwords he... Me blowing up is not the password. You are failed. Which, according to Mr. Windybank, isn't even worth a penny, the music box disc. And yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo. Could we? Really? I better have a thorough look through all the evidence we collected so far. You mean the music box disc? Oh yes, we need to see all the evidence we have. We just have one, the box disc. Oh, I got to examine the evidence. Ah! I had to examine the evidence. I'm an idiot. This man has used some fairly high-handed measures to try to get his hands on the overcoat and the disc. He certainly doesn't want either for their monetary value, though. Still, they must still be of value somehow to someone. This is the last piece of this puzzle. I better have another look through this evidence and see if there are any clues hiding. All right, let's do it right this time. All right, let's do it right this time. Oh, the dead guy? Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck onto the reverse side of the disc. Look, and a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. For McGilded. McGilded? It couldn't be. But it is Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget for as long as I live, because he's not. But why? Why is his name on this? From Mr. McGilded. Man, I haven't heard that name in a long while since he died. There we go. You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know. What's that? On the back. It reads for McGilded. Mr. Magnus McGilded. The unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his lone mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. Scruples? So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate? Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you squeezed yourself into. Duh. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Oh! Small peeps are great. Small peeps are phenomenal. He's been caught red-handed, and now that the case is solved, I will do the famous Sherlock Holmes falling down animation. Ah! Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Mr. Sato. Well, according to what Mr. Windybank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the code could have been redeemed, was it not? Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today will be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Well, today is April 15th, so 2 months ago today would have been 15 February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m., I see. Wait, what? But that suggests... Yes, February 15th is precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. And 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding. Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However... Oh! I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. Did he just grab the gun for the desk, or is that his own? It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box. Jeez. What do I do? If I say absolutely not, will I get shot? I'm doing it. There are some things a man must protect at all costs. This may well be one of those things. Then again, it may not. Oh. Mr. Windybank! This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. If that were to happen... Will you stop? This is no help at all. Mr. Windybank, no. All right, that's enough. Oh, Gregson. Inspector. That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. So we got here as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh? Oh, praise be, you're here at last. I was moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment, like a boss. Will you put the gun down, please? Like, the cops came in and he's still like this. Like, look at me. My pose is perfect. Thank you. It would seem you have the upper hand. Gregson to save the day. Yay. Right, you lot have got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy. Petty? Mr. Windybank very nearly met with his end. By his own hand. Yeah, by his own gun as far as I can tell. Oh dear. And the whole of Britain can meet with its end if I don't get to the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on. What? What on earth is the case, Inspector? Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter. It's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. Eat those chips, Gregson. Eat those chips. Great, now I want chips. Oh wait, so is the big piece in there the fish and the rest chips? So he is eating fish and chips. I thought it was all chips. Wait, wait, did he just get... What the heck? You don't have to whistle the beat officer too? He just dipped. He danced away. we just got served and he escaped. There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently, so we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning. Oh, yes? I'll be taking that whatever it is in McGilda's down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine. I'm sorry, miss, but anything belonging to McGilda has to be taken in as evidence now. As evidence? If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to calculate. It's all yours, Inspector. Poor Gina. I feel so sorry for Gina, and so we handed Mr. McGilda's this over to Inspector Gregson, and we're summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. Is that it? Oh, that's a to be continued right there. And to be continued, we will do more next week for Short Chat. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I'm sorry for the short stream, but because of my work schedule, things are a bit crazy. But next time, when my schedule opens up more, I will definitely start streaming Great Ace Attorney twice a week until the game is done. All right? I will do what I can for you, chat. I want to make sure this game is done as soon as possible as well. But thank you all for coming tonight. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you haven't followed me, please do. I'm going to start uploading more videos starting tomorrow on my YouTube channel, so look out for that. So until then, I hope Gina Lestrade has a happy ending in this because I feel so sorry for Gina. She does not deserve all that. But yes, see you everybody. Have a good night. Adios.